It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without proper content to bless you. But I'm still the barber of the Ville, still slugging like a Louisville.
These are the sounds from the event Words, Def Poetry Jam on April 16th, hosted by the African American Society of Albright College. Def Poetry Jam was an HBO television series that ran from 2002 until 2007. The series was produced by hip-hop entrepreneur Russell Simmons. Here at Albright, we were fortunate enough to have co-founder of Def Poetry Jam, Bruce George, and Seasons 3 and 4 participant Dana Gilmore come by, recite some poetry, and let us feel what Def Poetry Jam was all about. Organizing the event was Albright College junior Dominique Wilcher, president of the African American Society. I caught up with her after the event to see why she felt Def Poetry Jam was a good event to bring to Albright.
So I feel like this event should have happened at Albright because I feel like the idea of spoken words and being creative and using words to kind of articulate how you feel and just be able to talk to people in general is something that a lot of students need to know before they get into the workforce, and even while you're still trying to figure out your career path or where you're trying to go in terms of after you graduate. It's always good to have a creative mindset so you know exactly what you want to do if you really like to do it, and when you get into that field, are you going to be able to handle all the different pressures and stuff and be able to handle yourself well in an interview or well when you go to try to present yourself to a job. So I feel like this is something that was needed, and we're definitely going to try to do it again, maybe on a different scale, but it was needed.
Those in attendance to the event were also allowed to recite poetry or lyrics of their own. One brave Albright student, sophomore Jalen Elmore, got in front of the crowd and recited a poem that she had written on the spot. At the conclusion, I asked her for her thoughts on the event.
Tonight was the Def Poetry Jam, and I really thought it was a really great event. It was something different towards the Albright community. I never seen anything like it at Albright, and I just feel that it was really a motivation to students to get out there and do something that they never did as far as expressing themselves with their poetry and being able to use it for someone to wake up and understand what the true definition of poetry is and how you can relate it to your spiritual meanings throughout your daily journey.
Center of attention at the event was Bruce George, co-founder of the once prominent show Def Poetry Jam. When the affair was over, I asked him, what makes this form of poetry so special and how might it differ from the standard view of poetry?
So Def Poetry Jam is just basically has created a platform for poets to express themselves in an unfettered fashion. And we're very grateful for the poets that were on the show. We're very grateful for the fans of the show. And it has helped extend the shelf life of poetry.
Overall, this affair was a great experience for students to hear some of the most well-spoken poetry there is to offer. It was also a chance for students to recite poetry as well, some for their first time. This has been Lamar Stewart reporting from WXAC on the campus of Albright College.
Campus News is an Albright College Communications Program experiential learning project broadcast on WXAC FM.